Malaria is, a common example of a biological problem. The following discussion will reveal just how this problem was solved by a biological method. Malaria is actually an ancient disease. It's commonly called the chill and fever disease. The name malaria is derived from two Italian words, that is, mala means bad and aria means air. This name was given because, there was a common belief at that time about this disease. According to this belief, the bad air of swampy places was responsible for malaria. Malaria was a dangerous disease in the past, and honestly, it is still a common disease in different parts of the world, especially in Africa and Asia. According to a report by UNICEF, more than 1 million people die of malaria each year throughout the world. Biological problem number 1. The work of different biologists to know the cause of malaria is given below. Observation of Laveran. He was a French army physician. In 1878, he was working on the cause of malaria. He observed some tiny living creatures in the blood of malarial patients. He thought that these tiny creatures may be the cause of malaria, but other biologists gave no importance to his work. Later on, some other physicians also noticed these tiny creatures in the blood of other malarial patients. The biologists now gave importance to these creatures and called them Plasmodium. Laveran was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1907 due to his work on malaria. So let's talk about some key observations made by different biologists. In the last part of the 19th century, there were a few main findings about malaria. First, plasmodia are found in the blood of all malarial patients. Next, people who live near marshes are mostly affected by malaria. It's also interesting that malaria is not caused by drinking marsh water. And malaria is treated only by quinine. Now, what exactly is quinine? Quinine is a drug used for the treatment of malaria. Back in ancient times, the bark of a tree called quina was used to treat malaria because it contained quinine. But when there was a shortage of this bark due to its high demand, some dishonest merchants started to supply the bark of another tree called cinchona. Fortunately, this bark turned out to be even more effective for malaria than quina. Analysis showed that there was actually more quinine in cinchona than in quina. Based on these observations, a logical hypothesis was formulated that malaria is due to Plasmodium. So if this hypothesis was true, then the deduction would be stated like this. If malaria is due to Plasmodium, then all the malarial patients should have Plasmodium in their blood. Experiments. So, biologists now tried to actually test this deduction by experiments. The blood of 100 patients with malaria, which is our experimental group, was checked under the microscope, and blood from 100 healthy people was also observed under the microscope as a control group. The blood of all the malaria patients had plasmodia. Interestingly, the plasmodia were not found in the blood of 97 healthy people, but it was quite strange to see that plasmodia were also found in the blood of 7 healthy individuals. This showed that these healthy people will probably become malarial patients in the near future because the plasmodia are in the incubation period. Control group and experimental group. The organisms of the control group and experimental group are basically the same and in the same environment. The experimental group refers to those organisms that are used in experiments to know the effects of different factors on them, while the organisms of the control group are not exposed to those factors which are provided to the experimental group. The control group is used to compare the results of a factor on the experimental group. For example, light is provided to some plants, which is the experimental group, but not provided to other plants, which is the control group. After some days, it was found that carbohydrates were formed by the experimental group, while not formed by the control group. Incubation period. So, the time period between the entry of the parasite in the host and the appearance of the symptoms of the disease is called the incubation period. Conclusion. These results showed that the hypothesis that was formulated was true.